All right, everybody, a very good morning to all of you. It is 15th of November 2024. Currently, we are around to foot into the US cash open, and before that, we had just had a retail sales coming out from US, which headline came in a bit worse than expected, but the reasons came really good, and which gave us no clear bias. Before touching on that, let's quickly have a look where we are right now as a sentiment point of view, starting with the FX. Yen is being the strongest and the pound is being the weakest. Clearly, the pound getting driven by the worse than expected GDP numbers came out from UK. Uh, Followed by the yen, currently the strongest currency. There is no any clear reason why the yen is being the strongest. It's the rumors are there that it is clearly following the strength or the weakness in the US treasuries yields. Dollar is continuously losing its ground. However, we had a hawkish commentary from Powell yesterday, which he stated that the let me just show you guys over here, where he said that the economy is not sending signals that the Fed needs to be in a hurry to lower interest rates. So, which eventually countered as a hawkish reaction we have seen across the board yesterday. With that, equities started pushing lower. S&P was down, Nasdaq was down. Uh, with the precious metal, it was also had some headwinds after those comments. Anyway, moving forward with that, we haven't had much
Just seeing
from
comments across
Euro
from Fed
side.
Scoresby talking on CNBC.
Uh, Kiwi and Aussie is clearly getting followed by anything happens in China and anything happens with the copper. So we haven't had any stimulus program or stimulus announcement coming out from China, which eventually could have helped the Antipodeans. Also, we have tariff fears coming from USA after the US elections, which Trump got the victory, and as we know, and also some of the articles stating that in his last term. With the tariffs, Aussie Antipodeans have faced heavy losses during his term. So, with that being said, if we look at the sentiment, it's a really mixed bag across the board, or just let's just say in the FX section. Moving to the equities, as I said, after the commentary from yesterday's Powell, everything is turned into red because the market is currently pricing in less than 50% of 25 basis points of cut in December. With that, equities clearly gonna face some of the sell-offs across the board, with S&P currently down by negative 0.52%. And if I show you the chart of S&P, we can clearly see the sell off. We had a really nice run up after the Trump's victory, and some profit taking happened around 6,000 level. And after that, Powell comments just fueled up another sell off, and currently the S&P 500 is down. Is down by 0.52%. China 50 yen and Nasdaq also same story there. Uh, UK 100 is up clearly. We had a GDP numbers coming out worse than expected, which eventually can push the bank to cut more aggressively, which has sparked some positive environment in equity section across the UK. So with that, UK 100 is up by 0.2%. Talking about commodity, WTI is clearly down by 0.3%, and it was trading yesterday around 70 level. now it is just respecting that trend line. We clearly have some good talks coming out from Middle East, that there are talks going on about the ceasefires, which eventually helping the crude oil to push lower after those comments. So with that, clearly precious metal, base metals also down heavily. Uh, and we also understand that fundamentally gold is now turning to be the bearish after the Trump's victory, and after the ceasefire talks coming out from Middle East. And also there's possibility that a ceasefire will happen in Russia and Japan, sorry about that, Russia and Ukraine. U.S. Treasury, there's no any clear bias for that, but after yesterday's comments from Fed Chair Powell, we have seen some downward momentum in U.S. Treasuries, but after the U.S. retail sales coming out, mixed bag across the board, Treasury is seeing a bit of upward momentum. So, in a nutshell, it is clearly a mixed bag across the board, with safe haven yen is leading the pack, pound being the weakest, and equities bring the mixed bag. And we don't have any clear picture coming out from across the board. So with that, after the US retail sales, the calendar is light across the day. We clearly look for a week ahead with very few economic events on the cards. We have US flash PMIs coming out on Friday. Other than that, it's just a snoozer of a week. Uh, with that being said, it's a clearly risk off, risk on. It's a mixed bag across the board. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know.